Today in this session we are going to discuss about of the taxes. So what exactly by this taxation? Then why should we have to pay the tax? Why should we have to receive the tax? Why? Mostly for making of the government revenue for the uses of police, army, government employees, and as well as our country's revenue. Everything will become by through this tax. This is the concept which we are calling as a tax on sales and purchases. Tax on sales and purchases. And this tax on sales and purchases, whatever we are doing, including with the MMSIM. MM in the sense of materials management. Materials management. This tax on sales and purchases, including of the two steps. One is the MM with SIM, and the second one, which is called as an SDC. What is an MM and what was an SD? So what is the difference in between of these two in the sense of SIM? The MM means materials management. The MM, this is a one functionality which we are calling this functionality as a materials management. Materials management. And the second one which we are discussing here, which is called as an SD. What is an SD in the sense of sales and distribution? One is the materials management and the second one is the sales and distribution. When during of the material management, what will be happening? That means when making open a purchasing, when during of the purchasing, the taxes which is applied, that is, which we are going to pay. You people are the vendor. I am purchasing from yours. That means I need to pay the tax for yours. That is the tax which we are calling in the terminology of input tax. Whatever we are paying against of tax, which we are calling as an input tax. As like as in SD, which we are making the sales which we are calling as an output tax. That means whenever the taxation will be there is two types of the taxations will be there. The first one will be the purchasing of the input tax and the second one will be the salesing of the output tax. So as like as here, there is a two types of the taxes will be there, and even what is this SIN? CIN in the versions of, it was a name, country India version. Country India version. That means whatever the taxes which we are doing at present, which we are calling as an for the Indian taxation, which we are working for the Indian taxation. So in this Indian taxation, what we are doing exactly? What we are doing exactly? Here, what we have to do exactly in the sense of, the first step, here what we have to know, what the client is asking about of the taxation. Why? Because it depends upon the state wise and the business organization wise, it will be changes, the taxation. Say for example, here myself is a client and which I am asking, I am require the tax of the VAT. What do you mean by the VAT? Value added tax. That means whatever the base value will be there for the material, for that material cost, it was adding of this input tax. It was adding of this input tax. As like as here, I need the in the sales and purchases. In the both of the sides, it will be. That means I can make a purchase. When during of the purchase, I need to pay the VAT. As well as when during of the sales, I am receiving the VAT. Both will be there. So as like as CST, What it was? Centralized service tax or centralized sales tax. This is also one type of tax as a client which I am asking. And the third one, excise. So in general, everybody is thinking that what do you mean by the excise? We are thinking that it is a name for the international business or anything, but that is a customs, not the excise. Excise will be worked whenever we are working of the, whenever we are working of a production. If there is any production-based organizations will be there, production-based organizations will be there. In the situation, we can use this. In the situation, we can use this. VAT is in a state tax or a central tax, and CST is in a central, and the excise is, that is also with the state government revenue, but it will be depends upon the, not in the office premises, not in the register, where the plant is set. That's why I said that manufacturing. For the manufacturing, there should be the plant will be there, no? Where the plant is set, depends upon the plant, it will be changes. Even if you can observe, let's take this as an example. Don't feel bad. The whole factory cells. Here in South India, we are having two manufacturing units. One is at Bangalore, and another one is some I think so Maharashtra. When you see the fact, it was only 129 rupees 50 paisa of the MRP, but it was manufactured in the Maharashtra. 128 rupees 75 paisa in Bangalore. There was a lot of change. As like as it depends upon the fact, the price also will be changed. Why will you be changing this? Depends upon the excise. And this excise will be, most of them, more than the 70% of the excise will be paid by one product. Can you expect what is that product? Alcohol. Alcohol. Liquor. Liquor department is an excise department. Liquor. Okay, Royal Stag, Royal Challenge, and so on. And as well as another one which I am asking as a client, including of these two, I am asking one more is like as an ST. That means if it is in a service tax, it is in a sales tax, and it was in a service tax. And another one which I am calling as an EDC, education cess, higher education cess and secondary education cess. But in between of these three, these are the five, there is a small differentiation will be there. The VAT will be calculated on the product cost, and the CST will be calculated on the product, and excise will be calculated on the product, ST will be product on the product, but EDC on the tax side. Say for example, we are making the purchase of the some product with rupees of the 100 rupees. Okay, 10% of the VAT. That means what we are doing that 100 into 10 by 100. That means usually 10 rupees. But whenever we are making a way as a client, here what I am asking that I need these 5 types of the taxes in purchasing and as well as sales also. That's why here the first step number 1 will be the define tax condition types. Define tax condition types. And one more thing here it is, for this tax condition type, you need not to create the tax condition. It was already there. For the purchases, that means input tax, the SAP system has been already given with the name of MWVS. And as well as for the output taxes, they have given as a name MWAS. So you need not to create this, you just make a copy of those of the MWVS and as well as MWAS. So for making of these two, for this the menu path will be the SPRO, IMG, financial accounting, global settings, financial accounting, global settings, and then tax on sales and purchases, tax on sales and purchases, basic settings, basic settings, basic settings, define calculation procedure, one calculation procedure. Under that, double click on define or maintain condition tag. Maintain condition tag. See, from here, let me log in here. First, the tax condition type. For creation of these of the tax condition types, SPRO, IMG, financial accounting global settings, tax on sales and purchases, basic settings. See, check calculation procedure. Under that, double click on define condition type. As you said that there is a two types of taxes will be there already. One is the input tax, one is the output tax. For the input it was an MWBS, for the output it was an MWBS. Let's go for the position MWBS. Is it there? Just select this and make it copy. What do you want? Instead of the MWBS, I need the HVI. I'm having already the HVI company code, I'm working for that. HVA. So what it was? What I am saying that it was an VAT input tax for HL1 and income. This is what. As like as I am taking one more. HCA, CST input. HXI, excise input. HXI, excise input. HEA, EDC input. EDC input. And then HSI, ST input. ST input. Let us see how much it was. Totally 5 we required. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 is there. It's a CA will be there. Okay, fine. Again copy this. HXI. Excise. It was already there. I think so totally we have put in the 5 inputs. Let us see. H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the inputs are ready. That means here what I have done that for the inputs HVA, HCA, HXI, HSI, HEA. Whatever you want, we can take that. There is not a rule. We need to take like that. But my company could say HL1. That's why I am taking H. Even if you want 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, you can. There is not a problem. There is no rule to maintain this one. But the total condition type should be there. You need to remember these things. What you have. Okay? As the case. After completion of this, now I am taking the output taxes. So what would be the outputs in the sense of NWAS? Is it there? Select this, copy this, HCA, sorry, CO. The next one will be the CST. That means outputs. CST output. HSI ST output. Let me delete this. SO now we need. Select the position button. WAS. Select this. Copy. HSO ST output. As the code. HCO CST output. It was already there. HXO excise output. HEO EDC output. HBO VAT output. Now let us check it out. From the H, CST input, CST output. EDC input, EDC output. ST input, ST output. And VAT input, VAT output. VAT input, VAT output. Excise input, excise. Totally the 10 conditions was there. Total 10 conditions were there. That means the inputs are there as well as outputs also will be there. Outputs also will be there. Let's see here. H, XO, HSO, HE. Totally 10 condition types which I have calculated. And the step number 2. The second step. Second step will be after completion of this tax processes. The next one. Check and change settings for tax processing. Check and change settings for tax processing keys. So what do you mean by the processing key in the info? It is a key which is used to transfer the tax amount to the particular general ledger. It is called as the tax processing. As that is from the starting. For the MLP, BS6, stock posting, GBB, as that is for the FI, PAL, balance carry forward, SKE, cash discount received, SKF, cash discount granted, as like that we need to create a processing keys for that. But those are the actually predefined. But here we need to do. That's why in the next step, here in the same menu bar, here check and change settings for tax processing. And here only one transaction code also will not be there. You need to go for the check and change settings for tax processing. See here in the same menu bar plus check and change settings of the tax processing, and then go for new entries. Give your wish. Even is asking that we need to give it by the H. Let's take it as a VBA. VAT input tax. But the input tax will be shown always with the 2. And it is a posting indicator will be the separate line item. When posting of the transaction should be shown in the separate item, and then save it. And again, VVO VAT output. It was in a 1 and save. And the next, VCA CST input. CST input. For it was 2. As like this, VCO CST output. It was in a 1. And as like this, VSO ST output. As like this, VSI ST input. As like this, VXI excise input. As like that, VXO excise output. Anything else? Total it was finished. Let us see. 2, 4, 6, 8. 1 is missing. EDC. Right? Let's take as a new entries again. VEA EDC input. As like as VEO EDC output. So, at the completion of this tax processing keys and as well as the tax conditions, again go for the calculation of the procedure. That means in the first step. Again go for the first step. Third one. Define tax procedure. Not the condition tax. It was in a procedure. And on the same menu bar here, when we are going to here, instead of the maintain condition type, go for define procedures. Double click on define procedure. And here, go for new entries. What was the procedure you want to maintain? Yeah, let's take as an India. Like Hindustan Limited, Indian SIM. And then save it. Select this procedure and double click on control data and then make the new entries. Select the procedure and select new entries. When we are going to like this. So, in your procedure, first of all, what I have to do? Even the step number you can. Here I am giving as an 11. What do you want? The condition type. Whenever I want to apply the input tax or output tax, whatever it was, first of all, I have to know the base price, which we said that 100 rupees is the product value. 100 into 10 by 10. 100 into percentage by 100 is equal to 10 rupees. That means first of all we have to know that what is the price or the cost, the 100 rupees. That is called as a condition type of the BASB. What is the BASB? It is of base entry. And the next, shall I give the 10? It was not wrong. It should be in the increasing mode. Why? Because when you are writing in a book, 10, 15, 11, 14, 13. Is it possible to read it? In a sequential order? 10, 15, 12, 13, 11. Can you read this? That's why here also the system will read it in increasing order. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. As like that, here also it should be the increasing. Let's take it as a 15. Even if you take the 100 also, not a problem at all. But the next one which you are creating, not less than of this one. It should be in the increasing one. And the next HVA, what it was? Which we have put it already, which it was in a VAT input. And this VAT input has to be applicable on which step? On which step it was? In the step number of 11. That means on this base amount it has to be calculated. And whenever it was calculated, it has to be comes into the ledger of, sorry, in the processing key of, already we have written the VAT input. What it was? VBI. This condition has to be applied or applied. If it is applied, it has to be applicable on this amount. It has to be applicable on this amount. It has to be comes into this account. And as well as 20 HCA, it has to be calculated on the, and here it goes in a BCA. And as like as 22 HXI, BXI. And 25 HSI, as like as 30 HEA, EDC. This will be on the 15 to 25. 15 to 25. Is it was finished or not? Only inputs have been finished. It means for the MM input it is enough. But what we are doing is we are completing the total SL, MM and SD. Because sometimes third party sales will be happening in the sense sometimes third party sales will be happening. At the time, we will be including the vendors and purchasers and sales on customer. That's why, come down from here, let's take as a 50 HVO. The base amount will be the same for any month. V, and the 53 HCO, and the 25 HSO, and VSO. Sorry, 55, right? Even this was also covered. It has to be the 58. Let's see. Again 60. H XL. Right? Outputs are 4. Another one will be the last one. HXV. And then the last 80 HVO. This will be from the 50 to 60. In between of the 50 to 60, whatever it was, it has to be. These 5 are the for the sales, and the top 5 are the for the purchase. And so, this is the third step. And the next, we need to assign this to our company code. No, for the entry. Why? Because company code with the taxes will not be changed. It will be changed by the entry value. That's why in the fourth step, the next step here was assign country to calculation procedure. Assign country to calculation. Here the same assign country to calculation. For which country it has to be assigned? For the country of India. Let us see here. Assign country to calculation procedure. And then go for the position button. What will be the country? And what is the tax procedure which we have created? And save. First of all, I have created the condition type, tax processing fee. I plugged it into the tax procedure. And the tax procedure I have received the country. And the next step, creation of a general ledgers. Creation of a general ledger. This was the very important. And most of the ML people or SD people are integrating here itself. In FS00, in the creation of a FS00, see what will be happening here. In asset side, I am required all the outputs. And in the liability side, I am required all the inputs. Even instead of these things, you want to use one more, that means create your own, you can. Just make a copy. One. But the only difference in this, you read that here. The second narrator, in the second tab screen, for the output tax it should be the right one, for the input tax it should be the less than. So, and add the price. So, 106. 107. 108. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, in the liabilities, $20. See, but this one is less than. For the input it was greater than, for the output it was, sorry, for the output it was greater than, which we are receiving. For the input it was less than, it was minus. And as like this. $21. And as like this. 22. And as like this. 25. Including with that, whenever you want to apply the taxes, there should be two more options will be there. For the incomes in the sales, change this and give the plus. Only output tax element. Beginning of when sales, it should be applicable of output. As like as when during of the purchase it was an input tax. Okay. So, okay, till now we have read all these things. Do you have any tax percentages here? And we will have the tax percentage? No. We have created only the tax conditions and the tax percentage. We don't have any tax percentage. Now we need to give the percentage. How much of the percentage you want? That is what's meant. And that's the tax on sales and purchases. The next step will be the define tax.